R2 has gone missing, and we gotta find out what happened to him. This is our chronological rewatch. It's Sides of Coins. All right, so the rewatch of the Clone Wars has led us to some of the best content to be included in this series. He said jokingly. These are not the strongest episodes, but they're episodes nonetheless, and so we're going to discuss them. Downfall of a droid. R2-D2 is out on a mission, and he goes missing, and they got to find him because Anakin never follows instructions, and he's created a little problem for ourselves. So joining us today is Michael. He's going to discuss this with us.
Hello.
And we've got DJ Angela producing us today. So let's jump right in and start discussing this. So Anakin's beloved droid R2-D2 goes missing. We think he died. So,
right.
That was suspenseful.
Obi-Wan's like, it's fine. We'll get you another one, dude. Like, it's a droid.
Just get a new droid. And so they replace him with R3S6 or something like that. It's this little gold droid, Goldie, Stubby, whatever they wanted to call him. But he's rather inept. And so Anakin is homesick and missing R2, and he throws a lot of shade R3's direction, and R3 is really not super helpful. But Anakin goes back and scavenges through the asteroid field, finds his old ship. R2's missing. He goes on this freighter, and he sees what is got to be the frumpiest looking Trandoshan that we've ever seen.
Oh, was he a Trandoshan?
Yeah, he's a Trandoshan.
Oh, man. He's
Put a picture up if we've got it. Do we have it? Yeah, dude. He looks like...
Oh, I guess he is.
You said he looked like melted cheese.
I did.
Angela had a nice nickname for him, too.
Lasagna.
Lasagna.
His name is Lizardo.
Yeah, Ahsoka wins the inventive nickname competition. Just Lizardo, Sky Guy. That's a question. Is it racist to call a Trandoshan Lizardo?
Probably.
Yeah.
But nobody
Oh, I
cares
thought
because
that
they're
was his
slavers.
No. No.
Oh, it's like the names they retroactively gave to those characters with the toys, the original Star Wars toys.
Oh, yeah.
Like Walrus Face or
Yeah.
whatever. Stuff like that.
It calls me Prune Face.
That's gotta be racist to that species.
We gotta bring
Speciest.
things up to the modern day here, man. There's some.
This is
some
bad.
Not
This is
so
the most
PC.
interesting thing we have to talk about.
Yeah,
this
is a bad episode.
This is it.
So looking at the StarWars.com is doing a rewatch of these as well. They have their episode guides up. This was.
Oh, can we rip theirs off?
Yeah, I haven't to this point, but I'm about to. So this was the first episode after the movie that was produced. So that's why you see.
That's why it sucks.
There's some really cringy things in here from the production standpoint, right? First of all, the animation
is not great. Yeah.
Not great at all, even by season 1 standards. I mean, I understand that I can't animate anything, so I'm not attacking the creators.
No,
I
can give an expert opinion there. It's bad.
It was rough. And then also, Kevin Kiner hadn't quite figured out that the techno trance club music didn't vibe with Star Wars really well.
I noticed that. Yeah,
it was so awkward,
weird.
man. Just like, R2, gotta get those shields. It was really, really weird, man. So, I was, I don't know. It was odd. What did you think of when you heard the music?
I blocked it out. I didn't even think about it. But now that you've said that,
what's happening?
yeah, that was not exactly my. Anyway. Okay, so besides the music, one of the only redeeming things I thought about this episode was the idea that everybody generally thinks that droids are disposable, they don't care, but also that they're supposed to be wiping their memory.
Right.
And we get a little bit of a picture of that, like why does C-3PO, that was kind of like a plot hole, right? Why does C-3PO, besides his origin being a weird plot hole, but why does C-3PO not remember all this stuff? But R2 kind of seems to. And so this was kind of a further explanation. And also it talks about the implications of, well, what happens when you don't wipe one of these droids? They have all this information. And even if it's encrypted and stored or however...
Lizardo can find it.
Right. And if Lizardo can find it, yeah.
Yeah. It's, it was neat to see that sort of wrinkle to explain, like you were saying, the repercussions of Anakin's decision and how he is such a maverick and how he does things his own way, and some of the consequences of that. But maybe it's just Anakin playing God. I mean, he wants to keep his droid, and he's attached to it. So
Right.
he made a set of circumstances where he would have to go get it. You saw Obi-Wan's tune change so quickly. It was like, wait, it's got all our battle
Wait
plans?
a second. Get it, kill it. But he was not like a rescue it. He's like, this is not a rescue
Yeah.
mission. You are to destroy it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make sure it can't talk, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now,
So
I had always assumed growing up, and I feel like they implied this, that the reason why R2 was so animated, had so much personality as compared to literally every other droid that we see, was because of the memory thing.
Mm-hmm.
But when we see Goldie has a lot of personality and is actually a traitor in its own right, I feel like it actually, we see more in the next episode, but we understand that it knows what it's doing and it is intentionally doing it for whatever reason. It's not just doing it as it's programmed. And then we also see a little bit of that also in the Alphabet Squadron book.
Yep.
Quell's droid has a very distinct personality, and she, as an Imperial officer who is bred to just not even care about these inanimate objects, she starts to develop a relationship with this droid
Yeah.
that understands what's going on, and it knows it's not designed for what it's doing, but it's trying its best, and it's
It
kinda,
raises a lot of
ethical
ethics
questions.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you start to bring in L3 from Solo. I mean, just all the different, like, the droid Gotra has shown up in
multiple books,
It's
yeah.
so many different canon sources, all the way through comics and everything like that.
I would love to see
And,
that in the next season, the final season of Clone Wars. See the droid Gotra, whatever.
Yeah,
show up.
it would be
cool.
very, very interesting to see. I'm not sure what they plan for it, but it might show up in The Mandalorian too. There's different ways they could bring it in, but it'd be neat to see. They've been laying the groundwork so methodically and so effectively. So, but to use the word effectively to reference this episode would be a bit of a stretch.
I'm grasping at straws here to
Yeah.
find these
Yeah, it's,
interesting aspects about it. It was,
Man, the
I mean,
animation was so
hate it,
rough.
but yeah,
Yeah, it's
you got to get through it.
Yep. Yeah. It was rough. It kind of reminded me of the third act of the movie. I mean, it was definitely one of the harder episodes to watch through, and unfortunately, we've still got one more in this little arc. But Stubby, Goldie, whatever you want to call R3, really didn't like it. I mean, you feel bad for the little guy, and then come to find out what you find out in the next episode, and it's just I don't know what the moral is. It's like if somebody sucks at their job, be mean to them because they're trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know.
I don't
But yeah, Ahsoka does not get rewarded for being nice to the underdog. So
I also, again, to the discredit of this episode, how is it possible that any random astromech droid in the entire Republic fleet could be programmed in a way such that it could communicate directly with the Separatists without being tracked through like main systems and stuff? Like, it's openly broadcasting this stuff very like step by step in the middle of hallways, like talking to Grievous and all
So
this stuff.
I would say that there should be safety mechanisms and things to catch that sort of stuff. But then again, the Supreme Chancellor of the Republic
That's a good point.
is Darth Sidious. So I mean, if
Order
anybody
66 made it through, so
yeah,
why
so
not?
if anybody could circumvent those sort of things, it's a two-fronted phony war from the get-go. So
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's it. I don't really want to spend too much time talking about this episode. It was pretty rough. Any final thoughts you got? Anything you want to say?
Not tremendously.
No, it was rough, man. I mean, it was not too great. You get to see Ahsoka a little bit. She's pretty cool, but it's rough. It is rough. We'll be back next time to slog through part 2, the duel of the droids. We'll see where it's going. You get Grievous next time, so that's something. But yeah, let us know what you guys thought. Sound off if you loved it. If we're wrong, if we're crazy, let us know in the comments if you like Star Wars trance music. And until next time, this has been Sides of Coins.